Recording. Good morning, everybody. I have a very rambunctious puppy behind me. Sorry. This morning, we're going to go ahead and stretch our upper body, and we're going to do this standing up. And the reason we're doing it standing up is because we don't have SI joints that are bothering us. So if you have an SI joint that's bothering you, pinching when you stand up to do things, causing any kind of pain at all, it would be smart to do the sitting stretches instead of the standing ones. But if your SI joints aren't bothering you at all, then you're free to stand up while you stretch. Okay, so here's one of the ones I really like to do. I put both of my hands up through I'm going to point out first, I've got both of my bands hooked up to this harness. So I want you to have the resistance of 2 bands, because that's where you're getting your stretches from, the resistance. And if you only have 1 band on there, it's not pulling hard enough for you to feel it and to do any real good. So put your hands up through and then come down over and clasp. And I like to let this come to the top of my hands. It's more comfortable that way. And then stretch back. And see, I'm leaning back. That's what you want to do. You don't want to fight it standing up, because you're relaxing your shoulders and letting this resistance band pull your shoulders forward, and it's stretching everything inside of your shoulders. Feels fantastic. I did a lot of yard work yesterday, so I'm really excited about this. So now what I like to do is I take a few baby steps back, and then I start to move forward, bow to the hinge, okay? Slowly rolling forward and bowing to the hinge. And as you do this, you start to feel your mid back and your lats getting picked up with the stretch. Okay. And you keep rolling forward, and you can stop if it feels really good in a certain spot. Stop there and then keep rolling. And pretty soon you're going to feel the top of your lumbar starting to relax. As you do this, you can step backwards a little more as you're bending forward, just to pick up a little more resistance. Unfortunately, I'm at the end of my resistance because Mr. Bones is in the way. But you just hang there and let it all relax. The only thing that's tense in me is my lower body. I've got everything from my, hips and above is relaxed. You can go back up. Do it again. 3 passes. And you just got everything relaxed. You're not pulling on this at all. The only thing that's tight is your hands holding on to the harness. Okay, I'm going to go back up. Do it again. Okay, here we go. Woo. Like you're water skiing, but you're not. And we're rolling forward. And one thing I find too is if I kind of twist one way and then the other with your hips, you get a good stretch on the lower hips too. It really feels good. So you're just kind of twisting, rotating, and kind of bringing your right shoulder towards your left, or excuse me, your right shoulder towards your right hip, and then come over and left shoulder towards left hip. You're actually stretching the low back, and it feels really good. Okay, now we're going to drop the left hand, keep the right hand in, take the tension off, step forward a few steps, turn so that your left shoulder is facing your hinge on your door where your band's coming out. And then we're going to go over to the right and then just lean to the right, standing on the left leg. And we're stretching the back of this shoulder and the posterior delt. Feels good. Ooh. Okay, now I'm going to do the same. I'm going to switch hands, put my left hand in, turn my right shoulder towards the hinge, stand on my right leg, and lean. Feels good. Okay. Now we're going to turn around so your back is towards your hinge. Put each wrist into the harness, like so. And then just step forward, just a few steps so that you begin to pick up some resistance. I don't want you to pick up a lot of resistance. I want you to just pick up enough that it's pulling your arms back, okay? Once you do that, I want you to, let's go forward just a smidge more. There we go. So you're leaning forward a little bit. Now put your chest, your chest, your chin to your chest. Put your chin to your chest and just relax and let those back neck muscles relax. Now rotate your head slowly towards your left ear, towards your left shoulder, and you'll feel the right side of your neck stretching. And then we're going to roll towards the center again. So your chin's on your chest. And then we're going to roll ourselves the other direction so that our right ear is toward our right shoulder. And we can feel the stretch on the left side of the neck. Now what we're going to do is we're going to roll through that again. So back to the center. And then we're going to roll to the left. Feel that stretch. It feels a lot deeper this time. And then roll back to the center. And roll over to the right. Okay, now it feels good. Now we're going to go back again to the center. And this time when we go to the left, we're not just going to do our left ear to our left shoulder, but we're going to do our left shoulder to our left hip. So we're going to go ear to shoulder, shoulder to hip, get a nice stretch in our neck and in our waist and hip area. Okay, now we're going to roll forward again and over to the right, right ear to right shoulder and right shoulder to right hip. Get a nice stretch on the left side of your waist and low back and a nice stretch on your left neck. And then roll forward again. Now, if you really like that, you could go through another pass and do another stretch. But see, I'm not feeling it as good this time as I did the first time. So I'm just going to go ahead and raise my head back up and back up. Okay, now we're going to do a deep lunge and give ourselves a good stretch in those anterior delts. Oh yeah, that feels fantastic. Now what we're going to do is stand back 2 steps, contract, which is pushing against the harness with your wrists. Feel that? And then we're going to hold the contract for 10 seconds. So we're straight arms, we're just pushing forward, relax, and go back into a lunge. Okay, one more time, let's do that. 2 steps back, contract, relax. What this is doing is it's telling your body, we need to stretch this muscle a little deeper. And your body goes, okay, we can do that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, one more time. 3rd time is the charm. After that, your body won't react anymore. So we're back 2 steps and we're pushing forward with our hands against the harness for 10 seconds or thereabouts. Now we relax and we're going to our final lunge. Oh, yes. Now we're going to come back out of that. Bring those harnesses up to your elbows. And we're going to go into another lunge. This is beginning to move from it's still anterior delts, but we're bringing in some pectorals. Oh, yeah. Now we're going to come back, bring our hands up over our head. We're going to clasp our fingers together. And I like to kind of grasp this harness with my biceps and my forearms to help keep it there. And now you're going to go ahead and once you put some tension on, you can relax those biceps. And go ahead and relax. And then lunge. Now we're getting the pectorals. Now come back, tighten those biceps, and then I want you to bring your elbows forward. So get a little bit of resistance on there and bring those elbows forward. Okay, so from the front, you're gonna be doing this. Okay, so you have a little bit of resistance on there, but you're bringing around like this. And then you're gonna relax, and you're gonna go back into your lunge. See, if you had an SI joint issue, this is probably where it hurts. If you have a sway back or any lumbar problems, this is where it hurts. I would highly, highly suggest that you do these stretches sitting on a yoga ball, and we have another video for that. So if your low back bothers you, stop the video and go to the sitting upper back stretches. Okay, one more time, let's do contract, relax, and lunge. And you've got your arms relaxed so that this band is pulling back. Okay. Woo. Now relax, and then we're going to contract. Relax again, and a final lunge. So you're only contracting 3 times. Oh yes, this feels very, very good. Woo! Okay, that felt good. Okay, so that's just stretching your upper body with the stretch strap, the harness, and the yellow band. 2 bands. Okay, if you want to do this again, you can go through this again. But this is the best. If you're doing lawn work, after you've worked out your upper body, this is the stretch pattern for you. Okay, have a great day.